All right, everybody, what's up? We're back for the weekly challenge, and it is the penultimate day of this week. It's Thursday, which means it's boards 7 and 8, and we are back with the robot in a match point scoring system. And here we have a very flat 14 count. Now, these are not hands that we upgrade with, even though I think maybe early on I said I would open all 14 point no trumps, except for these. When we're so flat, this is always a downgrade. Now, if we had 15, we would always open one no trump. So you're never downgrading your point total. But when I have only 14, you want to have a reason to upgrade. This doesn't contain a reason to upgrade. If you add a club to my hand, let's say you flop the queen of diamonds with the queen of clubs, now I would open 100% of the time. All right, see the difference? I have trick-taking potential along with 14, my upgrade. Here, I have a flat hand, and it's not a particularly lovely 14 for that matter. I mean, sorry, it's not a terrible hand. It's a good 14 here, but flatness makes it bad, especially if we're going to attempt to play in a suit. It's a little bit of a downgrade. So one club, we see partner bid a heart, and double. Make your call, folks. What would you bid here? You opened a club, partner bid a heart, right-hand opponent doubled. What call are you making? And I'll give you the answer in about 3 seconds. If you need more time, guys, don't worry. Press pause. Come right back. But the correct bid with the robot is redouble, because the robot plays something called support doubles, folks. And if you play support doubles and you forgot, it's okay. This is an opportunity for you to get better at that bid. This is one of the more forgotten bids out there, but it is so useful for our partnership that I highly, highly recommend that you play this conventional agreement. And if you're not playing it yet, I have a way for you to learn. You can jump on over to my conventional wisdom page on bridgelesson.com. And if you scroll down, you'll see a whole bunch of expert standard conventions. And one of those is support doubles right here. If you play this convention, or even if you're not playing it, take a look. You can purchase it now, and you can figure out how to put this on your card and start playing it. And most importantly, guys, start forgetting it, right? What the easiest or the best way to learn a convention is to mess it up a few times. And unfortunately, the support double, once you get it, you have it forever, but it takes a little bit of time to catch it every time. So here, because the robot plays it this way, we are going to redouble. And that is simply going to say to partner, we have 3-card heart support. This is like a nice free piece of information for them. Those of you that bid a no trump, you were right. If East had passed, you would always bid a no trump. But remember, if you play support doubles and you do not make a support double, you're denying it. Right, so even if you've been a no trump partner, even with a 5-card heart suit, they won't try to find a fit because you've already denied the possibility of it. So you must redouble, and then we'll see what partner does. Ooh, what's 2 spades? All right, so they're just saying, hey, they have a good raise in spades. I'm just going to go back to 3 hearts. 2 no trump is, I mean, what's 2 no going to be here? Let's see. You know what? I don't mind this one here. Diamonds might be a little bit of a problem on this hand. We know East has, by the way, 4 diamonds and 4 spades, right? So we might be a bit worried about queen third of diamonds, but we are flat, and partner does know we have 3 hearts. So I'm just going to communicate that to them. And here we'll see what they do. They pull to 3 hearts, and now the question is, do we continue on to game or not? And I'll ask you guys that. What do you want to do here? And I'll answer now, but again, don't forget, you can pause and take more time if you think. This is very difficult because it's a maximum, right? We have 14 points, but we're flat as well. And 2 of our points look like they might not be working terribly well for us, the diamond suit. And also spades might be bad for us as well, even though East is the one that has the values. And let's think about how this is going to play, all right? We have 14 points. And we should know partner has an invitational hand, so let's give them 11, right? So that's 25. And East made a takeout double as an unpassed hand, and it was their first bid, so that's an opening hand, folks. So the one thing we should know is we're going to be able to figure out a lot of this hand when we play it. East has most of the points. In fact, they're probably going to have almost all of the cards we're looking for. So we have a lot of different things to consider here. The 2 pluses are what we just discussed, the fact that we're going to be playing this kind of face up with the amount of points that East has shown. And we, we're a maximum. We have 14. The downside is we're flat, right? We don't love playing in this super flat. I mean, we could try to play no trump again, I suppose, but yeah, they're going to think we have way too much. And what's 4 hearts going to be? So 4 hearts is like 14 to 17, 15 total. See, I mean, let's see. This 2-spade bid is weird. They could have just bid 3 hearts as well. I'm wondering what that's going to be for the robot. Whatever. I can never figure out what the robot's going to have. I'm going to bid a game, and I'm going to hope that at least the information we have is going to be helpful. Wow, look at that hand they were looking at over there. Interesting, they chose to only bid 3 hearts. I guess they're kind of flat for their shape as well, right? They have 6 cards, but they're 6-3-2-2. Take a second. First of all, tell me what West is looking at, folks. I'm going to ask you like 2 or 3 questions on this one. So, number one, what is West looking at to our left over here? As far as we're not going to know a huge amount about their shape, but we should know what their general values are because we can count exactly what partner has now. And also plan the play, right? What are we going to do on this one? How many losers are we going to have? The lead is amazing, by the way. You should recognize that. Yeah, they let our best suit. And they gave us a free finesse, right? That we probably, with East doubling, we might have played for the heart finesse, but this is an 8-ever, 9-never situation. So we're very happy they're guessing the suit for us at this point, for sure. All right, so the way I'm going to figure out the points is I'm just going to do what we did before, except we're going to have more certainty now. At least we know what partner has. Partner only has 9, right? So that's 23. So let's give this person 12 for their double, right? Their opening bid. That's 35. So West has about 5 points. And it looks like West has the Queen of Hearts, right? So there's 2 points minus the 5. So West has at most about 3 points. Which means, where's the Ace of Spades, folks? You see how counting can help you, right? It can help you get things right. Now, you can't guarantee that the Ace of Spades is right, but it rates to be right? Well, first of all, let's confirm that the Queen of Hearts is getting played here. Let's just make sure we're clear on that, okay? So now, when we add that up, right? Remember, we have 14 in our hand, 9 in the dummy, that's 23. Let's give East 12, that's 35. So West has at most 5. Minus 2, right? There's 2 points coming out of their hand. So their maximum is now 3, we think. If East doubled with 11, though, now they're back up to maybe having the ace. But remember, the likelihood of that, very, very tiny. Very, very tiny, right? So here, when we end up playing some spades, we will know which way to guess this suit. So now let's draw some trump there. That was a singleton trump lead, obviously. And now we'll play the 10 of hearts, drawing the 3rd round. Now we just play some diamonds, right? Boom, boom. There's that ace. And now, I don't know, let's strip this whole suit. Let's get this going. And now let's play a diamond to the king. And now let's get some certainty, right? We're going to get some certainty by just playing some clubs right now. We can always play a spade at some point, right? Here we're just going to grab a little bit of certainty. I suppose we might have gone for, maybe pitching this club at some point on a good spade, but that doesn't rate to work too well for us. And guess what we just found out, guys? Where do we know the Ace of Spades is now 100%? We just gained certainty, folks. Now that this person has shown the Queen of Clubs over here, that is 4 points. The Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Clubs. We said maximum 5, but even an outside chance of having 6, which now says, guess how we're playing spades, folks. Low. Hopefully they play low and make us guess. The robot, come on. Make us guess, robot. Make us look good. Even though we know this is happening. If the robot had played low, which is their best play, we should just be popping up with the king. Unless, I don't know, maybe, is that 9 of clubs good? Do they have to hop up with this? I wasn't paying attention, but it could be that they had to do this to avoid a loser. But at this point, we're all good. We're just going to take that spade. And here, just that level of certainty was super helpful on this hand. Honestly, the Queen of Spades is so likely to be in the East player's hand, even though it wasn't West now. They did have 6 points. Look at this. East doubled with 11, and you can't blame them with that shape over there. Let's go back and take a peek. All right, so East obviously is going to make this takeout double with this shapely 11. But again, recognize the level of certainty wasn't there until we saw that second queen. Even though we were very, very confident we knew where the Ace of Spades was, we couldn't be absolutely sure. And that's why playing those clubs kind of gave us that level of certainty that we needed. Very cool counting hand. And if you guys want to dig more into counting, I will link a lesson for you as well that is on our counting page. I do a lot of these classes where we're just counting points and shape around the table. Sometimes it's not as helpful, right? Sometimes you might count perfect shape and perfect numbers of points, and it's like, okay, that didn't help me at all. Here, exceptionally helpful, right? We know exactly how to play spades, especially at the end when we have that perfect information. We now don't have to sweat anymore. We know exactly what it's doing. All right, let's take a look at the next board, board number 8. Ooh, look at that. Make your bid, folks. You're in 4th chair. 3 passes to you. What do? I like this one. I'll tell you this. In best hand tournaments, which is what this is a challenge, but same concepts in the tournament that I'm talking about here. When you have a question of should I pass this hand out, it's almost always wrong. It can be amazing, and honestly, it might be amazing. In a heads-up tournament, I don't know if the robot will pass this. I think they will, because they might use what's called the rule of 15. And here's how the rule of 15 goes, folks. The rule of 15 goes like this. You add the total number of high card points you have in your hand. And this only occurs in this one situation, folks. 4th chair, not the balancing seat. The balancing seat means they've opened the bidding or they've made a bid and it goes pass to you and you're here. You're ending the auction. This is 4th chair, which means there are 3 passes, no one's opened the bidding, and you're choosing whether to open in 4th seat. You take your total number of high cards, which for our hand is 11, and you add to that the total number of cards in the spade suit, only the spade suit. If it comes to 15 or more, you open. Here, our calculation comes to 14. So technically, by the book, we're not supposed to open this hand. But let's be clear. We're playing in this weekly challenge. We're never going to pass a board out, right? That's just no fun. But let me be clear, it may be bad for us, right? Because here's the problem. We, at this moment, have the ability to lock up a score of 0. It doesn't mean we're getting 0%. It means we're going plus 0 or minus 0. So if we open and we end up going minus in some way, we now have given ourselves a poorer score than we would have had by just passing. That's why the spade suit is important. If we have very few spades, and let me be clear, if my diamond suit was my spade suit, I would pass. And the reason is they will control the level more often than not when you're short in spades. And what I mean by that is, let's say we have a heart fit. Every time we bid hearts, the opponents can bid spades at the same level, and which means we have to go to a level higher to get the contract back, which adds more risk, which means we're more likely to go minus, and so on and so forth. Here, though, lots of different things are at play in these best hand tournaments. Number one, just excitement. I'm not passing it out, just seems wrong. Number two, we're going to know the values around the table pretty quickly, right? Because this is one of those split deck hands. No one can have more than 11, so we expect each player to have, reasonable amounts of points between, 11 and about 9 or 8, right? So we'll find out what partner has. I'm going to open a club, and I'm going to hope the opponents don't find their way into the auction. Ooh, this isn't bad. I'm going to pass this. And look at this. Why can I do that, guys? What the heck is Rob doing here? Well, I know I don't have a game, right? Because I have only 11 and my partner cannot have more than I have. And also, I don't want to take any extra risk, right? I'm in a spot where I just need to go plus. I don't want to go anything less than minus or plus 0. So I'm going to take the best possible chance I have to go plus, which is at the 1 level, right? If I go down here, this is terrible stuff for us, which, it could happen, but here we're going to just try to take 7 tricks and go better than plus 0. That's the whole point. And this is a really cool situation to talk about the scoring and how it's going to work that way, right? We just have to be able to get to the spot that's going to give us the best chance at our best plus or our least minus score. Here, so important that we go plus, that we are in the business of just taking it easy. Good question as to what to do next. I'm going to play a diamond and try to sneak together a diamond trick here. This is a good question. Should we play the jack or the king? Well, you tell me, guys. What's right? if the opponents couldn't see our hand, we might play the king, right? We might try to sneak this in, but here the opponents can see exactly the dummy, right? They see that we have a singleton diamond, so if they had the ace, they were likely to play it. So here we're going to finesse for that queen, and boom, we gained an extra trick. Love that. Here's that high-low play in clubs. The beauty of this play is they're setting our club suit up for us for no reason, right? Watch this. I'm going to play one. I hope they ruff. Oh, no, I should have played from that hand. Yeah, so sorry. I know I went very fast there, folks, but what happened there is I played from the wrong side in clubs. If I could have found a way over to this side of the table north, if I lead a club towards the dummy, they might ruff it when they don't have to when partner has a winner. But this time they're coming through a heart. Let me see that. At some point, I think we're going to have to draw some trump. Okay, here comes a spade. I'm going to play spade to the king. Spade to the 10 might have worked as well. Ooh, uh-oh. Are we going to get 7 tricks here? Uh-oh. I think so. We're going to ruff. And then we're going to play this. All right, I think we're good. High cross ruff, under ruff over here. I played this pretty terribly, mainly because I kind of lost focus halfway through this hand while I was talking to you guys. But luckily, we slid together a plus 80, which is making 1. I think I could have played this better. Let's go take a peek at that last board. Yeah, if I play a spade to the 10, and here's what I should know. East has already shown up with the ace of diamonds and the ace of hearts. So they can't have the ace of spades. I don't know what I'm thinking here. After counting last hand so well, I failed to do everything I taught you on board number 7. Because here, it's obvious, right? I've already seen the ace of diamonds. I've already seen the ace of hearts. Let me walk you through here. Club, right? Ace of diamonds, king of clubs. Okay, so now, there it is. At this moment, I should know ace of spades is 100% in the West player's hand. 100%. So this is just me being fast, which equates to dumb in my book. The biggest leak in my game always was being too quick with my decisions. And as I progressed as a player and kind of learned from quite a few of my expert level friends, world-class players in their own right, I learned to kind of slow down and make decisions, but I still default to this play sometimes. And here it's just obvious. If I play a spade at this point, it can't be a spade to the king. It has to be a spade to the 10. It's just bad play on my part. And just too fast, right? Speed mistakes are mistakes, and they're some of the worst ones, right? Because you're just not putting a ton of thought into that in that particular play. And now you see some of the frustration of my partners if I play for them. Although in realistic events, it's a lot easier to focus when you're not actually speaking about what you're doing. But keep that in mind, folks. I could have gone a little bit better, maybe plus 110, even maybe plus 140 if they get some things wrong at that point. But plus 80 is at least better than 0, right? So I still expect this. If the robot's going to pass that hand, we have a top, right? That's all we need. If they passed it out, we have a 100% score here. Or maybe if they raised spades or did something else, maybe they get minus scores by going too high. Notice the biggest win I made for my stupid bridge play is better bidding, right? I bid this hand perfectly to the level that I was going to play it, which was not counting and just throwing cards around. But that's why you stay low, right? You give yourself every chance to be successful, even if you're not going to play it perfectly. At least you didn't take on too much risk by being too high. All right. So here's where we're going to start off in the last day, which is Friday, boards 9 and 10. Take a peek here. Plan out your auction on this one, and we will jump back in and chat about this on Friday. So I'll see you then, guys. And until next time, enjoy your time at those tables in class or right here during the weekly challenge. Thanks, folks.